Coming up at 9 a.m. for all of you fantasy nerds, Dave Richard from CBSSports.com will answer your lineup questions, so we will talk to him at 9 a.m. But right now, we're very happy to be joined by Troy Brouwer from the Washington Capitals. They open their season tonight at Verizon Center. For tickets, you can go to WashingtonCapitals.com, and you can listen to the show. We're giving away 2 pairs of tickets today at 9:25.
Troy, what's up, buddy?
No, not too much. How are you guys?
Hey, I want to ask you,
Great.
do you guys play fantasy football?
Some of the guys do. I don't. I can't figure out how the point system works, and I don't have the patience for anyone to tell me how it works.
You don't do
Gotcha.
fantasy Canadian football, do you? If that even exists.
No
I mean, a lot of
way.
the guys are Canadian. It's a good question.
Did you have a
It
favorite?
is.
Did you have a favorite Canadian team growing up?
Oh, yeah, I still do. The BC Lions.
Yeah, because
BC
he's from
Lions.
Vancouver.
No, like what is it? Equate the Canadian, the CFL to one of our leagues. Is it equivalent to say the MLS here, or is it way more popular than that?
I think it's way more popular than that. It's somebody to cheer for. It's somebody to root for. It's someone to get excited about. Tickets are fairly cheap. I think you can get them for like $20 to $40, and it's very affordable, and it's fun to go to and have a beer and watch a football game.
And Troy is from the Vancouver area. And from my vast traveling experiences, I've heard, and Troy can back this up, legendary for their strip clubs in Vancouver. Maybe you have some friends that have gone to some of those
Yeah, some friends.
some of those places, Troy.
I probably have a friend or two that's visited one of those establishments, but I've heard good things about them as well.
Yeah.
What is-
Beautiful scenery and strip clubs. That's what Vancouver's known for.
Who has the best strip clubs in the United States? Is it Atlanta? I've always heard Atlanta, Vegas, and Tampa.
I think,
I've even heard.
I think Dallas is also kind of a sleeper from what I've
I was
heard.
gonna say I've heard Dallas is pretty good. Everything's bigger in Dallas apparently. So
really?
I've heard that. We went to Dallas for the Super Bowl, and it was snow covered.
We didn't go.
We didn't go to any of the strip
We
clubs.
botched it. Oh, we totally
I know
did.
it's not D.C.
It's definitely
put it
not.
on the list for next one.
Not
Yeah, we
D.C.
need to. We need
Do you
to.
get something to eat at a strip club?
I have no idea, to be honest. I'm assuming so.
Yeah, I normally don't. I get a beer and then I hover on somebody else's lap dance. That's usually what I do because I'm too cheap. All right, so Troy, you got opening night tonight. How excited are you guys? I mean, obviously coming off a disappointing season last year. You just go out there and play the games. You don't really particularly care about expectations. I'm sure you have very high expectations for yourself. But what are realistic expectations for us, the fans?
We want to be a playoff team again this year. Last year we were extremely disappointed with the results of how our season finished, and we got a new coach, new GM, new perspective on how our team is going to be viewed and what our identity is going to be this year. So, the guys are really excited to get going. I know camp's been pretty tough on us, but we're ready, and our goal and what our expectations are. Is to start with making the playoffs and then finally moving on to competing for a Stanley Cup.
You guys are good soldiers. No matter who the coach is, you guys always seem to sort of buy in, at least initially, and that's sort of universal in professional sports. But what specifically does Trotz bring differently than last year's guy? I've already forgotten his name. What was his name? Cakes remind me.
That'll be one Adam Oates.
Yeah, Oatsy. Everybody loved Oatsy. They said he was such a genius and an X and O's guy. He obviously got Ovi off just by moving him. He was supposed to be a power play genius. You guys were buying into his system. We would have Brooks on every week, and he talked about what a tactical genius he was. What is the contrast between his style and Trotz's style?
Oatsy was a student of the game, is what I'll say. He was very always trying to break things down, always trying to find new ways to do things. Trotz is a little bit more old school guy. He wants us to focus a little bit more on defense, making sure that we're keeping the puck out of our net. That being said, he always said, once you get it over the offensive blue line, I'll never take away your creativity. I want to score goals just as much as you guys do. And he doesn't want to take the old identity of the Washington Caps, which is, being able to score goals and play exciting games. But he just wants to complement that with, a good, solid defensive structure and good, solid defensive-minded team so that we can work our way out from our D zone and go try and score goals from there.
Troy, have you noticed a different level of command with Barry Trotz in charge? I mean, this is a guy who's coached nearly 1,200 NHL games. You've had guys in the past like Hunter and Oates who hadn't had any NHL experience. Can you talk about the difference there?
There's definitely that level of confidence where, when he says something, he expects everybody to buy in and to listen. You know, he's open for debate and open for discussion if guys don't think that you know, the way he's doing things is beneficial, or if there's a better way to do it. You know, he's definitely able to listen and have a conversation with guys. But at the end of the day, he knows what it takes to have success in the NHL. And you know, he's had some teams where he's you know, taken and given his teams an opportunity to win Stanley Cups and compete for Stanley Cups. And you know, he's had some teams that have missed playoffs. So he's been on, you know, both ends of it, where he wants to win and he knows what it takes to win, and he's putting this team together how he feels is going to give us the best opportunity to compete for Stanley Cup.
We're joined by Troy Brouwer from the Washington Capitals. They open their season tonight against Montreal at the Verizon Center. You finished last season on a tear, goal-scoring-wise, 14 goals in the last 30 games. You were second on the team in goal-scoring behind Alex Ovechkin. Talk about how you got hot at the end of last season, and hopefully you can carry that in to the beginning of this season as well.
Yeah, hopefully I can ride the momentum personally, but you know, it was just some big games coming down the stretch. We needed players to play their best and guys to contribute. And, you know, at that time, it just, you know, happened to be me in a good spot on the PP and, you know, getting some good bounces. You know, earlier on in the season, Joel Ward was getting real hot, you know, scoring some big goals for us. Chimera had a big streak where he was scoring quite a few goals. You know, everyone kind of chipped in areas of the season, you know, where maybe, you know, myself or Ovi, you know, we were slumping a little bit. And that's what we need right off the get-go here is we need everyone to get into the season, you know, get excited, get a good feeling, you know, personally. And then the team will continue to grow and progress and you know, hopefully put ourselves in the win column a few times.
Troy, tell us about Burakovsky. I hope I'm saying his name correctly. Guys were telling us about him earlier. I thought they were talking about Kuznetsov. I thought that was the guy everybody's excited about. And they're like, no, it's Burakovsky. What's the story with these guys?
His name is Burakovsky.
Burakovsky?
Well, let's put it this way. I think I'm pronouncing it right. You might be right too, though.
All right. Okay.
No, he's a 19-year-old guy, Swedish player. And, you know, he's a very skilled player. He sees the ice well. He works extremely hard. And, you know, he's adapting really well to playing in the NHL so far in his exhibition games. And, you know, we're excited to have him on our team right now. You know, I think he's going to be a real good player for us. And he was the guy that kind of won over that centerman spot between, you know, a few of the guys on the team. And he's looking real good right now. And I think his future and his season is going to be a good one because, you know, the little things that he does and how he's, you know, adapted to playing in the NHL compared to playing in junior so quickly.
What's the difference in skill sets between Burakovsky and Kuznetsov?
They're both very skilled. You know, that's their traits is being, you know, skilled puck protection, puck movement, playmaking players, and it just happened to be that you know, Berkey was playing well at the right time and the fit in the lineup. And you know, Kuzi's still a good player. He's going to score some big goals and play some big minutes for us as well. So it's just because Burakovsky may be you know, the talk right now, it doesn't mean Kuzi's not going to steal some attention here pretty quickly in the season.
Troy, please tell me you're going to break Berkey's balls about the fact that he failed his driver's test because he didn't even study for the test. He completely slept on it. He thought he was just going to go in there and waltz through it. He failed. He needs a ride to the arena tonight.
Oh, wait a second, Cakes. Didn't you fail the driver's test at one point?
This is not about me, JP. It's about his line mate, Berkey.
Just
not about
pointing
me.
it out.
That was my learner's permit, by the way. Totally different.
I think he's blaming it on the old language barrier, but he speaks English pretty well. So,
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. I was hanging out with a couple of DC United guys yesterday, and they said one of the toughest things as a professional athlete is on a game day, you don't realize how much waiting around you do. What's it like for you on a game day?
Well, you know, this morning I woke up at like 7. You know, I just kind of went downstairs. I always watch ESPN just to, you know, catch up on the highlights and everything. And, you know, you wait around a little bit. We don't have to be at the rink until about 9:15. And then, you know, for us, we have our pregame skate. We watch a little bit of video on the other team, watch a little bit of video on us. We'll eat our pregame meal around 11:30 or 12 o'clock just so that energy can get into our bodies. then you go home and you wait. Essentially, I know a lot of the guys have pregame naps for a little while. I usually nap from about 1 till 2:30 or 3, and that's partly just to break up the day, but also just to kind of relax your body, relax your mind, and then you get ready. I usually leave for the rink at 4 o'clock for a 7 o'clock game, and you get to the rink, and you make up your sticks, and have a few meetings, and there's a little bit more waiting around time, and you warm up, and then you get ready to play the game. So there is a lot of downtime on game days.
You see, Troy, we go home from this job and we take naps, but then we don't play in any sort of game. Then we just fall asleep later that night.
Yeah.
So we have some similarities there.
Practice days sometimes too.
Yeah,
Man, I haven't slept in till 7 in years.
not even on the weekends.
I can't even do it on the weekends. I get up so early, Troy. I just get up at like 6. I can never sleep in.
I'm usually up whenever my daughter's up, so that puts a damper on my sleep-ins usually. That's always tough when you get home from the road late and your daughter wants to wake up and start playing at 7:30 when you get in at 2:30 or 3.
Are you guys breaking Brooks's balls? He's all Hollywood now.
Oh yeah, but he's already getting cut out of pictures in Us Weekly, so I don't know
Is that
if
right?
he's old news or what. Yeah, I tweeted one a little while ago where you can only see his shoes or she's walking the dog. So.
Yeah,
That's funny.
he's second banana there in those
Oh.
picks.
Wow, that's awesome. Well, listen, Troy, we're excited. It's awesome to have the hockey back now, particularly with the Nats. Their season over, Redskins season over. So
It's all about you and the Wiz.
it's all about you guys.
Yeah, well, we're excited, and between us and the Wizards, I hope one of us can bring some success to DC, and I'm hoping it's both of us.
How about both? Exactly.
That'd
All
be
right.
great.
Thank you. It's Troy Brouwer, everybody. Good luck tonight, buddy.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Okay. All right. It's Troy Brouwer. What's his number? What's his name on Twitter, Cakes?
He
just tweeted
T Brouwer 20.
it. Okay.
Yes,
How old's Troy? About 30?
I think so. I have to double check.
By the way, I did do
dude.
this corporate
There he
event
is.
with DC United yesterday. I was the moderator.
Big time.
With
Yeah.
Ben Olsen, the head coach, and Bobby Boswell. We should give them a little love. They're poised to be in the playoffs. Last year was an abysmal year. I mean, last year, he endured a season where they won 3 games.
Yep.
Think about the months of a soccer season because it's months. They won 3 times.
What was their total record last year?
No,
I'd have to look it up.
Like 3-25 or something?
Well, I mean,
was-
there's some ties.
Yeah,
Okay,
a bunch
all
of ties in there. Some
Essentially about
maybe
that.
Three,
like
15, and 10 or something.
Right.
I mean,
some bad. They had 3 wins and they
They
shook
did
things
win
up in
that
the
one
offseason.
tournament, though, that got everybody excited.
Yeah,
whatever that
I think
was.
the U.S. Cup.
Yeah, yeah.
And then
Yeah, I was excited.
they brought in
Come on.
Bobby Boswell, who was there. We've had him on the show before.
Yep.
He's one of the veterans they brought in. Spindola, who's
Right.
responsible for like 40% of the goals, and they're in first place.
Yeah, no.
First place. The playoffs start in, I think, 3 weeks. Something like that.
I've probably watched 8 or 10 games this year. I'm in.
Their record last year,
I'm plugged in.
a very forgettable 3, 7, and 24.
Ooh, 24 ties?
They had 24 ties?
Is that
Hold
right?
on.
That
My
can't be
box
right.
is- No,
Misreading
ties
it.
is in the middle. My bad.
What a
I
dog.
mean, I have so many
Well, I'm
columns
with
here.
you. Who does that?
All right,
though?
so
Who
they were-
mentions the ties in the
Hold
middle?
on, so they were
The
3
ties are in the middle.
Yeah,
That's
3,
idiotic.
24, and
So
7.
I was pretty close. 3-25 and
Yeah, whatever.
hey, I wanted to ask.
I'm
See-
going to defend Cakes.
See, look,
Who puts the
Yeah,
ties in
see?
the middle?
look at them. All they
Can't
do is
stop
Joan.
chortling over there.
I know.
All they do is Joan.
I know. I
Valdez.
used to like his mic on. Now I just want it
Yeah.
off.
Valdez.
Yes, sir.
Wait till
All
the
right.
Orioles start playing in the ALCS.
Well, that's what I want to ask him.
Insufferable.
So game 1 of the ALCS is tomorrow.
Right. 8:07.
8:07.
By the way, word on the street is Pickles is opening at 8 a.m. tomorrow.
All right,
Are you
Congrats, man.
going?
Great
That's
for your
that's the
crime
question.
rate.
Are you going?
No, I'm not going because Saturday morning at 8 a.m. I have a home inspection. So,
Also, Saturdays
Big time.
Saturdays for you and I are work days.
yes, basically.
All right. So you got to get up and prepare for that. But are you going to try to get to any of the games?
I'm going to try
You
and
should
go.
go.
You gotta
It's
go to at
worth
least
it.
one.
You got to go. The environment is crazy.
Yeah, I know, but my dad's working on Saturday, so I got to figure out his work schedule if he's going to do the okey doke.
Oh, that.
Well, you
Because
gotta-
I don't want to pay for the tickets.
No, well, why would you want to do that?
You got money.
Nobody
Come on.
wants to
I'm
pay.
sure I have money.
You got enough money to buy a ticket to a game.
You've been on fire.
Yeah.
You're making some
You're
cash.
buying a house. I'm sure you don't have money.
You own a horse.
Yeah. Do you
Oh,
own
he
a
sold
horse,
the
EB?
horse. He sold the horse.
Oh, you sold it.
I
I can't
have,
keep
I have
track.
another horse,
sold-
but
he's
it's
got
very,
another
very,
one.
very small
He didn't
stakes.
sell the second horse.
I thought he did.
I don't think. Did you sell the second horse?
Yeah, I sold J.K.
He's now
Geronimo,
on his third horse.
and now I have
Well, that's
actually
what I
my
meant. That's what I
fourth
meant.
horse.
I wasn't even
Well, this is your
thinking
fourth
about the
horse?
first horse.
Yeah.
HS Open
more,
Waters.
You have more horses than like an Arab prince.
Yeah.
What are you
All
doing
right,
over
should
here?
mention we will talk some fantasy football. Dave Richard, CBS Sports, joins us coming up at 9 o'clock.